So did you guys watch that PlayStation State of Play? What did you guys think about it? Did you guys think it was good, horrible, mediocre? Put your comments down below real quick. Let me know what you think about it. I thought it was alright. But we did get a lot of Final Fantasy VII news from it though at the very end of it. But we're getting more than just a Yuffie episode and also more than just a PS5 port of Final Fantasy VII Remake. We're going to be getting a mobile version of Final Fantasy VII, but it's going to be a battle royale. I got mixed feelings on that. I don't have high hopes for it. And we are also getting another Final Fantasy VII Remake, but for the mobile devices, iOS and Android. That looks pretty alright, not gonna lie. It's going to be turn-based. It's top view. It looks just like the original game, but with like upgraded graphics. Everything's just a little bit different. There'll be a trailer sometime in this video for sure. We're going to talk about the Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to PS5 and also the Yuffie episode first. Then we're going to get into the juicy bits of the mobile games, because I know you guys just want to hear about the mobile games for sure. So of course we all know that Final Fantasy VII is going to be getting a PlayStation 5 port with, you know, upgraded frame rate, upgraded graphics, 4K support, all that good jazz that a PS5 port should be getting. Not going to go too much into that because we all know what's coming with it. But if you guys do have a copy of Final Fantasy VII on the PS4 digitally and maybe physically, not too sure about the physical one, but you will be able to upgrade that PS4 version to a PlayStation 5 version if you have it digitally and maybe also physically. I'd assume you'd be able to upgrade it physically though. You will be playing as Yuffie and her Wutai crew to try and infiltrate the Shinra Corporation for a powerful materia. We're not sure what this materia is. I'm on the Twitter page right now watching the trailer, trying to read some information on it. We ain't got too much information on it, on what the actual story of this is going to be, but most likely we're just going to be infiltrating Shinra Corporation to steal powerful materia. This is literally what they say on their Twitter page and everywhere that I get information on it. You will be linking up with your teammates to do like special attacks with your teammate. You can jump on your teammate's sword. He kind of flings Yuffie up in the air. Yuffie goes up in the air, comes down, attacks the boss. It's pretty cool. We didn't get that in the original Final Fantasy VII Remake, but we are getting it now. I do know a lot of people did want that feature in the original Final Fantasy VII Remake, but we didn't get it, but we are getting it now in the episode. They probably won't integrate that battle system into the original FF7 Remake. I don't think I got anything else to say about the new Yuffie episode, Final Fantasy VII Integrated, or whatever you want to call it. But I do got some things to say about the mobile versions, of course, like the Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale. I can't even say that without laughing, but that's going to be something, that's for sure. The Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale is going to be called Final Fantasy VII First Soldier. It's going to take place 30 years before the Final Fantasy VII story main game. 30 years before. I believe it's like the start of Soldier. You're fighting to become a soldier member. The last one alive, you become a soldier member. You're part of Soldier. Woohoo. Big whoop. I don't quite trust Square Enix with their shooters, like Dirge of Cerberus. Can't quite say their name right, but that game, I haven't quite played it, but I have watched gameplay video on it. The game looks like it'd be better as like a gun con game, like Time Crisis, Vampire Hunter, Ninja Assassin, games like that. Not much for it. I try it out for like an hour maybe. Probably won't play too much of it. Oh, with the Battle Royale, I'll play like a match or two. That's about all I'm gonna play of that. I'm not much for battle royales. I got into Warzone for about like 2 weeks and that was about all. I got bored of it. Not much for battle royales. Don't like Fortnite, don't like Apex, don't like anything like that. So probably won't even get into it, of course. Then on top of that, we're getting another Final Fantasy game for the mobile. This is going to be a Final Fantasy VII remake of literally everything that has to do with Final Fantasy VII, from Advent Children, Before Crisis, which takes place before Crisis Core, where Zack comes in. We will also be playing Crisis Core in this mobile remake, along with Dirge of Cerberus. Yeah, I know. You're going to be playing Dirge of Cerberus on the mobile, I think. And on top of that, you will be able to play through the whole main game of FF7. Now, this one we literally have like no information on at all. Just that you'll be able to play through Crisis Core and Final Fantasy VII. There's a trailer. It should be playing right now, maybe, depending on how long this video is. We don't have too much information on it, what it's going to be, if we're going to be able to play through Advent Children, or if Advent Children is going to be some kind of like a movie type thing, with like how they did with the Kingdom Hearts remixes, how they just kind of made it like to a cinematic game kind of, with 358 over whatever days and recoded, or the names are horrible for those games, don't get me wrong, but they might just do that with Advent Children. I've never actually heard of Before Crisis till now. I know, hate me for it. Oh no, old school gamer, don't know about Before Crisis. What is he doing making a Final Fantasy VII video? I'm sorry, never heard about it, so I'm not too sure sure what that one's going to be about. I don't know if that's like a movie or like another mobile game that they made or something on the DS. I don't know. I didn't do no information on it. I probably should have, sorry. But we don't know if we're going to be able to play through those two, or we are not also sure if we're going to be able to play through Dirge of Cerberus. I hope they do something cool with Dirge of Cerberus, and I hope they don't actually like remake Dirge of Cerberus from the PS2, because that will probably be horribly bad, of course. But the remake on the mobile does look pretty cool, not gonna lie. It's going to be turn-based, unlike the Final Fantasy VII Remake, how that one was just like an action game. It's not going to be like that, but it is a turn-based game, which is pretty cool. I do like my turn-based. I just don't like random encounters. Random encounters can really get annoying sometimes. But of course, I am way more excited. Not too excited, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh my god, there's a Final Fantasy Remake mobile coming out. That's completely new, pretty much. I'm not that excited, but I am more excited for that than what I am for the Battle Royale. Yeah, no hopes for the Battle Royale. Don't even really want to try it out, of course, but I'm going to. Not going to make a video on it, not going to live stream it, not going to do anything like that. But also, I don't think I got into this, but Final Fantasy VII Integrated, or the Final Fantasy VII episode, Yuffie episode, DLC, whatever you want to call it. I call it Yuffie episode. But that will be free for the PlayStation 5 versions. If you buy the PlayStation 5 version of Final Fantasy VII, it will be free for that. But if you're upgrading from the PS4 to the PS5 version, you will have to pay separately for the Final Fantasy VII Integrated Yuffie episode, whatever. There is not a reveal on what the price would be for the DLC, but if I gotta guess, it's going to be either $20 or $30, maybe $15, but that's a pipe dream, in my opinion. I say that it might be $30 because the Remind DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 was $30. That's the reason why I think the FF7 DLC will be $30. A lot of people are saying $30 from like all my sources, from Maximilian Dude. I was just watching his live stream with PlayStation Direct. After PlayStation Direct was over, he was going over all the information on Final Fantasy VII. I do suggest you guys go check out his channel and go check out his Twitch so you guys can get a better informational video on all the Final Fantasy VII releases that are coming out relatively soon. But the Battle Royale game will be releasing sometime this year, no release date yet, and then the mobile Final Fantasy VII remake of all Final Fantasy VII will be releasing next year in 2022. But the Yuffie DLC will be releasing on June 10th of 2021 of this year, and it will also release alongside of the Final Fantasy V. It will be releasing alongside the release of Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PlayStation 5. Like I said, if you buy the PlayStation 5 version and don't upgrade from the PS4 to the PS5, you will get the episode for free. But if you upgrade from the PS4 to the PS5, you will have to pay a separate price for the DLC. But the Yuffie DLC will only be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. You will not be able to buy the Yuffie DLC on the PlayStation 4. It will not be available, only on the PlayStation 5. But we also did not get no information on Final Fantasy Remake Part 2. That is probably far from now. That will probably be like later this year or in the mid of next year, maybe early next year. We'll probably get some good information on Final Fantasy VII Part 2. It'd be great if we do get some information soon on that, but we do know that that game is in development right now. They have already started development on FF7 Part 2, which is great. So hopefully we will get some good information on that here soon. But guys, I feel like I pretty much covered everything that I got to cover. If there's anything else that I missed or you guys want to include, don't be afraid to put it down in the comment section. But whatever, guys, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. I might be streaming later today. I'm thinking about streaming some Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PlayStation 4 because I got the game on PlayStation 4, installing it right now, so I might be streaming that here in a little bit. Other than that, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Keep it old school now.